With Maigari, the positioning of your shoulders are very important.
A manopla. Vem. Agora, mostrar
Now I
um
show a
chute
front
frontal,
kick,
chama
Maigari, followed by a jab.
seguido de oizuki, sendo que ainda pode ser acrescentado mais golpe.
With the front kick, it is very important to elevate your heel towards your buttocks.
Muito importante no Maigari. Maigari.
So, front kick and then the jab. You can follow up with another hit if you like, but these two strikes are the main combination.
Se não, posso fazer só isso aqui.
A little faster.
Um pouquinho mais rápido.
It's very important not to move your shoulders before throwing the front kick because it telegraphs your movement. If your opponent sees the kick, he will defend against it. Your shoulders must stay put. So you kick, and instead of pulling your foot back into your stance, you step forward and enter with the jab. A little faster. With Maigari, the positioning of your shoulders is very important. Now we'll show Shidanguri. This is another sequence where you do two kicks, one right after the other. You do Maigari, or front kick, followed by Mawashigari, or round kick. With the front kick, it is very important not to move your shoulders or you will telegraph your kick. If you telegraph, your opponent will see the kick coming and defend against it. So you throw the front kick with your rear leg, and instead of pulling your leg back into your stance, you drop it straight down to the mat. This puts you in close range and allows you to throw a round kick to your opponent's head. I throw the kick medium speed. A little faster. It is important that you do not lag between kicks. You want to throw one right after the other. The less time you have between kicks, the better. Now we'll show a step, followed by keikomi, or side kick, and then gyakizuki, which is a straight punch. The important part about this technique is that you remove yourself from your opponent's center line with the side step. So, you move away from your center line, throw a side kick to his stomach, and then follow up with a punch.
Pouco mais rápido.
Now I show another punch kick sequence. In this one, you do a jumping front kick and then throw a jab followed by an uppercut.
Seguido de oizuki, gyakuzuki ou gancho. pouco mais
A
rápido.
little faster.
Pouco mais rápido. Vai, Guiri. Gancho. Uma vez só.
Now I show a combination which involves a hook kick followed by a cross and then a knee.
Step.
Notice how I move toward my opponent while throwing the cross to cover distance. So you want to throw the hook kick to your opponent's head, pull your leg back into your stance, step forward with the cross, and then drive a knee into your opponent's midsection.
Tira a cabeça. Mais do peito.
In this combination, I show how to throw a hook kick to the inside of your opponent's lead leg when the two of you are in opposite fighting stances, meaning you have opposite feet forward. Although this kick is not very common, it is a very effective technique. By throwing this strike low, you not only pull your opponent's focus downward, but you can also disrupt his balance. When you throw the kick, you want to connect using the heel of your foot. So after landing the kick, immediately follow up with a cross to your opponent's face. This combination can also be done with a little step. Medium speed. Now a little faster. You want to strike your target using your heel. In this technique, you attack the lower portion of your opponent's lead leg with a sweeping kick to disrupt his balance and pull his focus low. After accomplishing this, you follow up with a cross and then step forward and throw a jumping knee to your opponent's midsection. Because your opponent will most likely backstep when you hit him with the cross, you need to close the distance in order to land the knee. That's why you want to do the jumping knee. You must follow your opponent's backward retreat in order to land the knee. In this technique, you start by stepping forward with the cross. It's certainly alright to land with the cross, but your main goal with throwing it is to momentarily blind your opponent to your second punch, which is a hook. So you don't need to follow all the way through with your first punch, it can be a fake. As you throw the cross, it is very important that you step forward. This closes the distance and puts you in range to land the hook. So you throw the cross and then you follow with the hook. A little faster. Notice how I enter with my first strike and then exit with my second strike. After throwing the hook, I am no longer standing in front of my opponent, which makes it difficult for him to hit me with the counterpunch. Enter with your first strike and then exit with the second strike.
Mais uma vez.
One more time. 1, 2.
Mais perto do teu rosto.
Faster.
Rápido.
This is another technique where you begin by stepping forward with the cross. Again, your goal is not to land the cross, but to momentarily blind your opponent so you can land your second strike, which in this case is a round kick to his head. Just as with the last technique, it is important to step forward with the cross to cover distance. Notice here how stepping forward also positions my hips to throw a powerful kick. 1, 2.
Soco. Soco.
Fast.
Essa técnica que eu vou mostrar.
With this technique, you take a small step forward with the cross to blind your opponent and position your hips, and then you follow up with the kick to his face.
E colocar o chute no rosto. Chute. Mais uma vez. Soco. Um pouco mais rápido.
This is a 3-strike combination. You start off with the cross, then you throw a lead hook, and then you step toward the outside of your opponent's body and throw a round kick to his head. With your first punch, the cross, you don't need to worry about hitting your opponent. You throw it to distract him from your second strike, which is the hook. You also don't have to hit really hard with the hook. Still, your goal is to distract and confuse your opponent. However, you want to put power into the kick. That is the goal of this combination, to land a powerful kick.
Pouco mais rápido.
Now a little faster. A little faster. A little faster now.